cigarettes and all that shit went down.
Yeah. That
So
whole
it's just like
situation popped off.
right. So it's just like you ain't even had that whole first day was just like what the fuck.
Yeah, man. Yo,
Like
it was crazy
so
work.
like when you first touched the facility, how long they had you in the front when you got off the bus for before they actually walked you to the dorm you was gonna be in.
We were sitting out there like once they called the gate to tell them to open the gate, and then they check under the bus and stuff like that. They doing all that, and they calling in. Yeah, we got 8 people coming in. Such
Hold
and
on,
such.
hey, this shorty calling me. I'm about to merge the car though.
Okay, no
Shorty
doubt.
calling me. Hold on.
I hope y'all can hear the brother good. It's exclusive interview. Shaheed. We're waiting for him to get back on the phone. Exclusive. What's going on, y'all? What up? What up? We got an exclusive interview right now with the young man Shaheed. Exclusive interview. It took a minute to put this together, so y'all stay tuned. We about to go all the way in with this one. I just want to make sure that y'all can hear him when he come on and all that. Y'all fall off in here.
I'm on the line.
You on the live?
Hello? Yeah, I just talked to her. I told her you was gonna be on the phone with her.
Okay.
I named Kate too. I named Kate.
K?
Yes, sir.
Alright, no doubt. No doubt.
Hey, but now, I was just giving her the updates and stuff like that we've been talking about, man. And I was gonna let you go ahead and take it from there.
Oh, okay. I'm saying, is she gonna have a minute to speak?
I do.
Oh, alright.
I'm gonna put you on. I'm gonna put you on my car phone. Because I'm actually about to leave work, so I'm driving. I don't want to be holding the phone or anything like that. So give me a second. Let me switch it over.
Hey, what part of Jersey you from again, Kate? Is it East Orange?
No, I'm from Union County. So like it's different counties and different, cities
You
and
got a sexy
municipalities.
ass voice. I'm listening.
I grew up in Plainfield, New Jersey.
Oh, Plainfield.
Yeah, that's where I was born at.
You was born in Plainfield?
Yeah, I was born in Plainfield,
Yeah,
Jersey.
Plainfield it's like, I'm telling you, everything is so close to it. North Elizabeth, Hillside, East Orange, and then on the other side is Camden, Mercer, Trenton, all that. It's like, I'm like right in the middle of all of that. Phillipsburg.
Yeah, I was from the East End. I lived on the East End, but I used to chill on the West End.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I used to hustle on 6th
So
Street.
you tried on the West and Clinton Ave?
Yeah, I know some people from Clinton Ave, 4th and Prescott, 3rd and Stubbins, everything.
Oh, okay. I was raised on 37. Grew up on 37, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you definitely from my neck of the woods.
Oh, okay.
You know, I went to Maxton for junior high, and then I went to Plainfield High School.
I left right before Plainfield High after Hubbard.
Oh, okay. You went to Hubbard. You were on the west side. You was my rival.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, what's going on down there in Jackson right now? What's it looking like?
It's just a lot of different things going on. So, like I was telling CA, it's a lot of gang members in there. But right now, the biggest thing is the blood. Okay, like I guess they trying to, and it's the young ones. So you know, they really trying to step up, make this name for themselves, and you know, they want to take over everything or whatever. Like they hard heads. Like they don't have nothing to lose. They don't listen. They don't respect authority or anything like that. But then you got, you know, your Muslims in here too. And like I said, I feel that the Muslims are bigger than anybody, you know what I'm saying? But I don't feel like they are a gang. They consider themselves an organization.
Yeah. They shouldn't be even considering that an organization.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't tell you how because I don't know, you know, like I don't sit down with them individually and ask them like, okay, how do you feel like when you represent as a Muslim, like how are you representing yourself? You know, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But in a whole with all of them there, yeah, they're like that's just what they are labeled as. I can't really say that them themselves labeled them as an organization, but in there, yes, that's what they are labeled as, an organization.
Oh, so let me ask you this: on the same record is people that go to church call, like are they considered an organization?
No, I don't think so. No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think too many I don't think too many people actually go to church really to go. Now, don't get me wrong, like, you definitely got a host of chaplains there. And they do a lot for them. They kind of make sure that being in the prison system, especially those that don't have family or money or anything like that, you know, not commissary. They can be able to get food. They can be able to get hygiene products and stuff like that. I think those are the people who actually, you know, attend the church services, to be honest with you. Now, your Muslims, I see them all the time. You know, they praying all the time. They got their rugs or whatever they made, but they pray.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know, when it's time to fast, they fast. You know, like it's when Ramadan comes, they on it. Like they on it. Like I mean, you know, so I respect them and they more laid back for me. Like they don't cause trouble.
Okay.
They like to do their thing and just, you know, most of them, you know, this is what I am, this is who I am, and I just want to see my time out and go home.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's how everybody should be looking at it.
Yeah, but if you want a problem, they'll have you a problem. They ain't gonna start it, but they'll finish it.
Yeah, I can dig that. I've been in those situations numerous times, so I understand exactly what you mean.
And see, and another reason why I tell you I respect them too, because, you know, like, you got some of these young guys, and they be like, hey, yo, or bro, or some shit like that. Like, I'm not none of that stuff. But then, like, if you have a Muslim approach you, they'll say ma'am, or they'll say sister.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes a world of sense. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I've been getting like different type of pictures sent to me and stuff like that from however I get it. But they've been showing me the conditions that they're living in Jackson. And I saw a lot of busted windows, a lot of unworking faucets and showers and stuff like that. What's going on with that though?
Them. So, no matter who complains, it doesn't matter who complains. You can complain, this person could complain, that person could complain. But when it comes down to correction system and things being fixed and stuff like that, all that falls on the governor of Georgia. And the governor of Georgia is not going to keep spending money to prisons to be repaired and fixed, and the inmates keep tearing it up. So if you tear it up, this is how you're going to live it.
So,
This is how Fulton County is so bad where, you know, with the bed bugs and, you know, no running water, or if you do got running water, hot water, it's to the point where they're actually starting to, you know what I'm saying, do something about it, or whatever the case may be, because then you have people that actually work for the government who's now stepping into these prisons and saying, okay, this, and that needs to be done. Like this, you have to comply with this, or they're going to start cutting off.
woo.
Oh my! This truck is trying to push me off the road.
Yeah, you better be safe with that. Be safe. Watch what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Safety comes first. Safety comes first.
I'll put you on my car because I'm like, I got.
She's switching phones?
Like, I already did it. I already did it. So now, like, you know, they have to comply with this, and then they'll get their supply cut off. You see what I'm saying? So then they will only have a certain budget for certain things to do certain things, because you have to comply with whatever it is that they tell you needs to be done. That's why we have on they P's and Q's and get the windows fixed and get the faucets fixed and this and that. But then come summertime or come whatever, you know, they're going to start busting the windows out again. They're going to start tearing up the sinks again. It's the inmates tearing the place up.
So it's them doing it to their selves. So they good with one shower in there with 100 people.
It ain't no one shower. That many people, you know. So you got different ranges. You know, it all depends on where the person is at. Now, if you're in a dormitory, like, for instance, B house. B house is the house for the Bloods and the Mexicans. Okay. Now, the Bloods can act crazy. You want to tear this up, tear that up, they ain't get what they're doing, or they came and they got a shakedown. So now all their phones are taken. So some of they contraband is taken. So now they want to act up and start setting shit on fire, breaking shit, doing this, doing that. You know what I'm saying? That's how it happens.
Okay.
They're mad now because you know, they done had a shakedown and shit got taken from them, and you know they ain't gonna get it back and shit like that. So now they want to act up and start tearing up the place. But at the end of the day, this is where you gotta, where you're resigning basically until you get shipped out of here. If you get shipped out of here.
Yeah, I heard that's going on a lot. They keeping people there at Jackson. What's going on with that though? I thought they just you go through your diagnostics and they sending you somewhere else.
Most of the time they do, but if you post security, they gotta keep you there until they can find, you know, a facility that has the room for you for a close security inmate, offender. You know, too many prisons don't have closed security, so you know they're open population.
Yeah.
These closed security, they got to be within themselves. Like, especially like if you are a gang member like that.
Yeah, I can dig that. Now let me ask you something. Like the people that's on death row, they still there, right?
Oh yeah.
And the
They'll
people
always be there until they time come up.
now, how about High Max? Is that still there?
Yeah. SMU. Yeah.
All right, so let me ask you something. It was a individual there, you know what I'm saying? A skinny, light-skinned, tall brother. He might have been a little bit younger in like 2014, 2015 or whatever, but his name was John Aletta. He was from Jersey.
John what?
Aletta.
I know I started in 2014, but I can't say he was a offender or he was a staff member.
He was actually with the Bloods. He got sentenced to 3 life sentences and 145 years, and I know he was on High Max for a minute.
I should work high today, and I don't. John Aletta.
Yeah, he's gone from there now. He's in Macon now, but he was there.
Oh, he can make it. Okay. I don't recall him because if he came in around that time, like I said, I was just coming into Jackson 2014, and I didn't start working at SMU High Max until about 2017, 2018, and I do not recall him.
Okay. All right, no doubt. So,
And then you have another thing too, but even though he's not there, another thing too, you have people that could be somewhere, but they never ask for help or anything like that. Like they never really much need anything, so you really don't know that they there or who they are really.
okay.
And that's really only at SMU. That's not at GC. That's at SMU. I don't work SMU. I work SMU every Thursday. And I'm telling you, it's like, and then, you know, people leave or, you know, expire. And then, you know, somebody that might have been on the list to come over to SMU will come, and we just don't know yet.
Okay. I can dig it. So
I don't do no intake. I don't do no intake. Intake is when they coming in. I don't do no intake. I used to do intake, but I don't do no intake no more. Like I'm on a whole different game. Like I told him, like I'm not even about to do this security shit no more.
yeah, I can dig it. What is one of the craziest situations that you actually seen in there through the years? What is like one of the things that you saw that you was just like, nah, this is too much?
Where I seen 3 people dead at one fucking time. I mean 3 bodies dead one time. I can see through a person's head all the way through his head.
Ooh. 3 people. That was one situation.
3 bodies, one situation, and that was between the Bloods and the Mexicans. And the Mexicans was slicing and dicing. I mean, they were trying to take kids off. I don't know what type of shanks they had, but they use them bitches.
Yeah, I be telling people about the artillery that they have, and usually we got to go to them anyway to get things sharpened. So why everything is in good standing and everybody on some kumbaya type of stuff, you better get your artillery done then. You know what I'm saying? But they not gonna give you nothing bigger than they got. They not doing that. Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I think that is the most craziest thing that I've ever seen, and that's the only time that the prison was fully locked down. Like, I mean, it was fully locked down. Like, you had to actually get the warden and how to tell you can leave out. Like, it was like no movement with nobody.
Now it's one.
That shit devastated the fuck out of me because I'm like, I don't want to be confined and locked in here and I can't get out. Like, how would I know if there's an emergency out there on my behalf, or if I need to get out here because I got phone calls something happened. Like, I didn't like that. Like, I did not like that.
Yeah, I can understand. I can definitely understand that. Now check this out. You heard of the little riot situation in Washington?
Of course. Okay, so when stuff like that happens, no matter where it happens at, they are going to lock down every prison in the state of Georgia. So of course we was locked down for, I think it was like 5 days we were locked down.
And did they tell y'all how many people was unalived?
Situation goes, huh?
Did they tell y'all exactly how many people got unalived in that situation for why y'all was locked down?
Unalive, you say?
Yeah, who got their life taken? Did they tell y'all, give y'all a report?
Three of them.
Yeah,
it was 3 of them.
Yeah, it was 3 of them.
It was 3 of them, and 1 out of the 3 was actually gone home the next day, and 1 wasn't even in that riot. He wasn't even supposed to be getting killed. He just accidentally stepped out his room and got caught in that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? If he would have just stayed in his room, he'd still be alive. Like, he wasn't even like in that whole little beat thing or whatever the case may be, because we actually had a training on it where, you know what I'm saying, they brought up all 3 of the guys and, what they were in there for and stuff like that, and one of them wasn't even involved in it.
Yeah, exactly. He was an older gentleman.
A lot of these guys in there too. When you're going home, you're going home. Be thankful that you're going home. Like, don't be around here telling all these folks, oh yeah, I'm going home tomorrow, I'm going home in a week or whatever. I think because you don't know. You just don't know how other people feel about that. Especially the person that's doing a life sentence.
Exactly. The individual that was going home the next day, he was an older gentleman, and he chose to help the young dude out because they was doing him the worst way. And just him stepping into that situation got his life taken. Now, the 3 people that actually were killed in that situation, I talked to all of their families, right? And they've been trying to call the GDC to get answers, and they are so frustrated because they couldn't even receive their bodies to do proper burials in the right time limit and all that, and still not getting answers. How do
I really don't know what to say about that. That's way above my pay grade right there. So, like, I mean, I don't know exactly who in the correction system should they need to contact for that, because, that's something that I never got into.
Yeah. Understandable. That's very much understandable. Like, so how about if somebody loses their life at Jackson? Do y'all automatically call their family?
Yeah, there are there are chaplains, and then there are different advisors and stuff that deal with that does that.
Okay.
And then you have someone over something called care and treatment, like you know what I'm saying. So like it's like a chain. You know what I'm saying? So you got to go through the chain of command. So for instance,
believe me, I know the chain of command very well.
Right. So if it happened on my watch, I'm the first chain. You see what I'm saying? So now I have to report this to my direct supervisor, and my direct supervisor reports it to the major, then the major reports it to the deputy warden, and the deputy, and it just goes on and on, where I feel like it doesn't take all those people to do that, but that's just how it goes.
Yeah, I understand. That's kind of crazy. Just handing the situation off and off, where it can just go to from one person to the next, where it can try to get handled in a timely fashion, and it's not going to be that.
Yeah, I mean, so when it's handed off like that, it's just definitely handed off in that same day. Now, once it gets to the warden, I can't tell you where it goes from there.
I understand fully. I'm wondering, do they wait until after the people come onto the compound and pick up the body, the coroner, and then they do their investigation on how this person actually lost their life, to be able to tell the family exactly what happened to their loved one? Or do they just come up with a scenario?
It's possible. It can probably, it's possible that it goes like that, and it's like, you know, I don't know if it's like how you work out in the street, if, you know, somebody call and report a body, or, you know, somebody was shot or whatever, and then the police come, the detectives come. You know, I don't know if they work it in that type of order, or like, I don't know their protocols with that. Like, that's not, again, that's above my pay grade.
Yeah, I can dig it. I can definitely dig it. Like, I think the Georgia Department of Corrections is getting so out of hand. Like, they even have, like, I got contacted by a CO somewhere in the Georgia Department of Corrections telling me about
I'm sorry, you were breaking up. I didn't hear you.
I said I had got contacted by a CO from the Georgia Department of Corrections that told me that it's going to be a report going out about a black ghost face gangster that just got his life taken, right? And I was like, what? A black ghost face gangster? So I thought that they was trying to troll me. You know what I'm saying? But after speaking to the lady, she was legit. You know what I'm saying? She was legit as I don't know what. And I put the information out there, and it actually was a black dude. I think he was in Hayes, and he was a ghost face gangster. Like, are you familiar with them?
Yeah, we got some of them.
And they not starting no problems, right?
No.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Now, I'm unaware of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that it didn't happen or it's not true. I'm just not aware of it.
Oh, nah, it's definitely true. His family confirmed. His girlfriend hit me up. They was just telling me thank you for putting the information out there. They probably wouldn't have known for like a month or two and all that. They didn't know what was going on with him for the most part. But he lost his life by the hand of a blow.
You got to factor in with Hayes. So whoever that CEO was probably knew that when it comes to Hayes, is predominantly white, and a nigga is just a nigga to them. Like with Hayes, and you got a black person down there, it's like it's like going back into fucking slavery.
Yeah, I can dig it. Believe me. I can dig it.
I'm serious. Like Hayes is a predominantly white county, state. You know, well, it's in the state of Georgia, but you know, county and shit like that. And I mean, like they out there on the field, like they in the field, like they're working in the field. Like how you think a lot of these prisons get some of the fucking beans and shit like that they eating? Because it's coming from Haiti because the inmates down there is picking that shit. So it's like that shit is definitely like a plantation. So I can see why that CO would do that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That makes a lot of sense. See, I never been through Hayes before, so I just heard about it, but never the working part. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even want to hear about no working
like
nothing.
Like a plantation. It's like, I'm telling you, it's like a plantation. So, like, if you don't have a source or anything down there, like, yeah, you probably wouldn't know nothing unless you know, set out to investigate, or you know the family is constantly calling and finding out what's going on, or you know going to the news or whatever the case may be. Like that's how it is.
Wow. Now I'm saying you've been there for a minute. Has it been easy on you?
No. Not since COVID hit. When COVID hit, like I mean, like the prison system definitely went down. It went down.
That's crazy. You don't get disrespected by none of the inmates there, nothing like that, right?
I don't. Not in that type of way, you know. Like I know a lot of them in there, and you know they haven't been with a woman in a while, so I get some of their little hooting and hollering and shit like that. But you know, I also check their asses too, and I don't disrespect them or nothing like that, or yell at them or be cussing all at them. I just say, you know, don't sniff me out like I'm no puff dog or nothing, no shit like that. Like that's just don't do that. Like you gonna look, cause if it's a female, you better look. So a motherfucker don't think you gay. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, it's more females working than it is males. So if you gonna look, but you ain't got to say nothing. Like don't be hooting and hollering or whatever, cause I'm not that type of person that's entertained with that. I'm not impressed by that.
Yeah. I can dig that. I never saw a CO. They got what?
I see you got a lot of manipulators in there.
Yeah, that's a natural fact. When it comes to lady COs, in my experience, they always watched, even from a cadet. When they come in as a cadet, they always watched. And when the people just start working out as soon as they get there, now they working out, or they talking all loud, like, yeah, nigga, I got this, I got that, all this, and they start doing all that, they don't be stunting them. They be watching the cat that stay in the cut, that barely got any talk for her, you know what I'm saying, and he's not really going to chow, he's staying in the cut. They be wondering, like, what's up with dude? And how I know is because I've dealt with it before, but I know that the facade that's put out there in front of her, if she can get past the smoke screen, you know what I'm saying, then she can see what's real inside these dorms. Have you ever been approached, like, for somebody to try to see if they can be your boyfriend in there?
Of course. Yep.
That's I'm saying, hold on. So I'm saying, are you comfortable with speaking on how you handled that?
Yes, I'm totally comfortable with it.
All right,
So
so
like,
mm-hmm.
if an inmate approaches me like that, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell them, have you ever been locked down on lockdown? And they'll look at me like, huh? And I say, do you want to go to admin phase? And I say, that means you want to go with the fucking rats and shit like that. Nah, man, you tripping. I said, no, I'm not tripping. I said, do you approach a woman like that on the street the way you just approached me? I said, do you know where you at, first of all? And I just check them like that. Like, I'm telling you, I'm real calm with it. Like, I don't get loud or disrespect these jokers or nothing like that. And if it's that same person do it again, yeah, I'm going to do a report. I'm going to do a report and I'm going to have them move.
Okay. So you
after a while it becomes harassment.
Okay. I can dig
know
it.
that, you know, you're only doing what you're doing to persuade me or to manipulate me to bring you what you want, a cell phone, you know, whatever type of contraband you want, weed, methamphetamine, whatever. You think I'm going to risk my life for that? I got children. Like, I got a life outside of here. I'm just not doing that. Like, I'm not built like that.
That's a fact. I wish that could come out a lot of more people's mouths. Like, I really wish they could, because I see a lot of people getting put handcuffs on for bringing that mother load in.
Yeah. You know, I'm not from the street, but I was in the street.
I can dig it. I can definitely dig it. So hold up. So this transfer day, TNT, Tuesdays and Thursdays, they now doing more transfers now?
No. It all depends on how shit falls. You know what I'm saying? Like I said to CJ at one point, like, you know, last year Christmas and New Year's both fell on a Thursday, which was back-to-back thing. So when something like that happens, like they're not doing any transfers. They're not doing any shipping or anything like that. So you have to resort to that Friday.
Okay. Wow. And the age limit of these guys that's coming through diagnostics now. What are they looking like? What is the age limit?
Oh my God. They look like they freaking between the ages of 8 and fucking 12 years old. And they just be laughing and I be like, your mama should beat your ass.
That's crazy.
And they just be laughing and thinking it's funny, and I just don't find it funny. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a son. You know what I'm saying? And my son was born in 2006. So when I see young men like that, you know, the first thing that comes to my mind is like, you're somebody's child. Like, they gotta worry about being in here. They already had to worry on the street, but it's like the way shit's going now, and with this millennium, like these jokers are dying faster in prison than they are on the street.
I know. I report, like I do reports like from the Human Coalition, and I go and I put out these videos and talk about the next person, and I open it up saying another one, right? I said another one, and then I'll speak about their name and what happened to them. But I'm now getting tired of doing that. I'm doing that every other day. Every other day, and I did it every day in January. Every day another body, another one, y'all. Like, it's sad.
For this state, you did the coalition for here.
Yes. Yeah.
So there's like, so you don't do it for the state of Jersey or anything like that. It's just Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes, the reason why is because the prison system in Georgia is where I did 2 of my bids at. I've been down in the chain gang twice, right?
Okay.
And I saw so much stuff, and I had low charge, I had low sentences. I got a 10 do 3 and a 5 do 2. And why did I see myself witnessing so many unalivings, like people losing their life, people taking their own life, people getting raped and like essayed and stuff like that? I saw too many of them, too many. It was ridiculous, and I'm glad that I had to.
And it's two things with that. It's two things with that. One is the shortage of officers. That's one. And two, the officers that you do have don't do their job.
That's a fact.
So you know that you know being down there twice in a chain gang, like you know how count's supposed to go. Can you honestly say that count went the way it was supposed to go?
And it's been times that I haven't seen an officer in like probably like 6 hours.
Exactly. And it's still that way.
And then when they come into the booth or whatever, they sitting in the bathroom, or they done fell asleep in the bathroom, or they on the phone, they not paying attention to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, or people coming to the booth and telling them, and they lift up the flap and telling them like, yo, I'm in fear for my life. I gotta get out of here, please. And they hitting the window saying, move back, go on ahead, stop playing with me, go on ahead, play with somebody else. And then that person is running out the cell with something stuck in their eye or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't right. That's not right.
And it's still that way. Those are the two main things of why, you know, low security, and, you know, like how you was or whatever the case may be, minor, simple charges, whatever, you know, in there and things like that.
Yeah, they sent me to all level 5 camps. All the camps I went to, Valdosta, Ware State Prison, Smith.
You should never been in no them type of camp.
Yeah, that's where they had me at. That's where they had me.
You should have been in places like Metro. You know, if they were going to shoot you now, they should have sent you to places like Metro or Phillips or something like that, or a TC.
Yeah, that could have worked out for me. That could have worked out for me,
Like,
but
level 5, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I mean, you wasn't in there for, you know.
I think it was like 60. It was like 65% lifers.
I happened to you, but you know, people do go through the system like that, and it's very unfortunate.
Yeah, that's a natural fact. I know they just
I
sent.
try to believe, like, I'm one of them people where if you're willing to listen to me and you're willing to hear things that I got to say or whatever the case may be, I will talk to some of them. You know, especially those who, you know, they come in there and they look like they scared. It's their first time in there or whatever, and you know, they don't have a clue of what's going on. I'll help them. I tell them, like, you know, where you at? And if they got somebody that ain't never been in fucking prison and they put them in a fucking dorm where they could be extorted, I'm going to ask for them to be moved. Because I hate to see something like that happen to them. And, you know what I'm saying, they, especially like you said, they in there for something minor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's.
And some of them you could tell because they quiet, and when they talk to you, everything is yes ma'am, no ma'am, you know, shit like that. You like some of them you can tell, and then you know, I'll ask them, why you in here? And they'll tell me, and I'll be like, well, where you at? What dorm you in? You know, if they say they're in the dorms, I'd be like, okay. If they say they in C house, I say okay. You know, something like that, okay, they fine. But if they say they in F house or B house or something like that, then they first time in and they got a minor ass charge or something like that, nah, I'm going to ask for them.
Sound about right. And I appreciate you for that. That's what's up. That's definitely what's up.
Like I said, like at the end of the day, I'm a woman and I'm a mother. And don't get me wrong, some of these people be just wrong places, wrong time, or they doing shit just to be cool or whatever the case may be. And they get railroaded. They get railroaded real fucking bad. But any little help that I can offer, I will.
That's definitely appreciated. That's definitely appreciated.
You know, that's why I tell my son a lot of things, like, you know, and I just thank God that my son never was the type of young man that wanted to join a gang or be in the streets being tough or hard or anything like that. Like I thank God for that, because I got a son, and I always wanted a son, and I got a son. And it's like, that's going to jail, going to prison, being out here in these streets like that, that's just a real mother's fear. Because any woman can make a baby.
That's correct. That's definitely correct. That's definitely correct. Have you never seen like an officer get attacked by no inmates or nothing, right?
No.
You said no?
And I mean, yes, it has been. I never seen it. No, I've never personally seen it. Yes, it happened. It happened at, you know, where I'm at. It happened there, and not just the officers. You know, staff members too. You know, we had 2 staff members that, you know, offender tried to rape. And that's the lack of an officer, because at certain times gates supposed to be closed. And then why is this offender just roaming out and nobody knows where he at? That's again lack of accountability. No one's counting their dorms. And then when you count, you're supposed to do 2 counts. You know what I'm saying? So you're supposed to be physically touching someone when you're doing a count.
Yes, I can dig
doing
it.
a big spot.
That's crazy. Yeah, that is crazy, because y'all losing staff members by the dozens. Like, what's like, aren't y'all like in fear that some of those things gonna get closed down because of no staff?
Hold on 1 second. Hold
Okay.
on.
CJ.
Yo, hey, what's up? What's up?
I was trying to just make sure that you there, man.
Yeah. Nah, man, I'm letting you have your conversation, man. Speaking on some real facts, man, both of y'all, man.
Yeah, man. I just be wanting to know stuff, like I don't want to push her into a corner with my questions or whatever like that. Like, I just want to see exactly what she know.
What you think about the young Muslims that's coming in there, man? How you think going in? You think they going in there with full knowledge, or they learning as they go?
It really depends on their background. It depends on their background and where they're coming from.
Okay, so remember we was discussing that video with Clayton County, right?
Yeah.
We was discussing that video with how the Muslims in Clayton County had all these rules. Is it like that in the chain gang?
Well, they're not gonna have they're not gonna have a bulletin board on the wall or nothing like that. They're gonna teach you your conduct and all that. They're gonna teach you how to move and stuff like that in Talim, where they have time to just get real personal with you,
Right.
and they'll do
Now,
it
when
like
they
that.
do Talim, let me ask you that. When they do Talim, when they do Talim, are they doing it individually or are they doing it as a group?
Oh, nah, they call Talim service. They call it out.
Hello.
Yeah,
Or they call it out?
yeah, they'll call
So,
Talim
do they,
service out.
so what kind of dorm you think the Muslims fit in good with, man? You feel like they fit good with the GDs or the Crips when it comes to places?
Yo, to be for real, I honestly, I don't equate Muslims with any type of gang. Period. Now, just living around some of the individuals, and I've been around them, I know that certain gangs are low in numbers, so they don't just get active all the time. You know what I'm saying? But still, it's dangerous people in there that might be GF. They can be good fellas. They low in numbers, but they still dangerous as I don't know what. So, like, putting
But
Muslim.
GF, you talking about Ghostface?
Nah.
You say
No,
GF?
he said good fellas. He said good fellas. That's what they are called. GS. You know.
So what's the difference with Ghostface? So Ghostface don't call
Well,
himself GF?
everybody got different logos or signs, whatever, you know, that for what they are. You know, they got different lingo, and it's just different everything for what they are.
Exactly.
So Ghostface don't call it. They don't call themselves GF. They don't
No, I never heard that.
Nah, I never heard no Ghostface say they GF. Nah.
Right. Because the person's going to automatically think that they are a good fella.
Exactly.
So most white people are Ghostface when they come in.
I can't say most of them are Ghostface when they come in. Like, they can get affiliated and brought in, but if they was already Ghostface, they was Ghostface for a minute. You know what I'm saying? They coming back for another term or something.
Oh, so Ghostface is only applied to white people only.
Nah, I just did a report about a black Ghostface that just lost his life by a blood in Hayes.
Oh, wow. So the Ghostface is I didn't know that, man. I didn't know black. I thought that was a white gang, man.
It
So
is.
they got white guys. They got white people that's Crips in there, or like Bloods or whatnot.
I ain't never seen no shit like that. I ain't never.
I haven't seen a white Crip dude. I've saw a white blood before, and I saw white GDs.
I've seen a few white Bloods. I've seen a few white Bloods as well. Yeah, they got rappers taking white Bloods, man. I don't know what the hell Bloods got going on.
Right. Yeah, see, I would think that with that particular, you know, set of people, that's only a black thing. You know, it was started from a black person that, you know, it would only be going as that. I would never have thought that it would be, you know,
White people being Blood. Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally understand because they got this rapper named Billy Gang or whatever the fuck his name is, and he's white. He's definitely white, man, and he's Blood though. I see. I don't know how that shit works, man. I ain't never seen nothing like that until now. But I know it's a lot of young guys that's coming in GDC that's Blood though. I know a lot of them that's young going in there like that. I don't know a lot of young guys that's Muslim though, that's going in there. I don't really know too many of them.
Yo, usually, when they come through diagnostics, and if they're a civilian, right, and they see that they're going to get pressed by a certain bigger group, they're going to try to go with the bigger numbers. It's a number game. Now, if they get kicked out of that car, though, they get kicked out of that whip, yeah, definitely they going to go where the protection is at, because now they done found out that Muslims will bring you in. You know what I'm saying? So they'll go that route. They'll definitely go that route. But if you're coming in, you probably already was Muslim, before coming into that place.
Right. It's a number thing, man. So you don't see too many guys joining other gangs other than Bloods for real. That's the only thing that they're joining.
Yeah, like if a young dude is coming in and he's thinking young and thinking safety or thinking, yo, I'ma get cool points or whatever, getting down with this gang. Now that I done came down the road, they gonna go that route. And they gonna get treated just like that too. You gonna get sent on missions that you might not come back from, neither. You know what I'm saying? But due to the fact that they got the numbers, they're doing the most work. They're putting in the most pain in these prisons, man.
That's what kind of mission they getting sent on? That's what I don't be understanding. Like,
I would call it a dummy mission, but they'll be calling it getting stained.
Like, what they messing with? So you can't put civilians in the dormitory with Bloods, for real. They mess with all of them.
I don't know. You gotta ask her. You gotta ask her that.
Yeah, I told you the last time I talked to you about that. I told you if you got a civilian in there, ain't never been no gang, ain't never been to prison, none of that shit or whatever. Ain't one of them tough persons or they a suburban kid or whatever. And you put them in a dormitory with Bloods. You think they're not either going to try to initiate them, and like I said, their initiation these days is horrific, okay? They beating the shit out of it's like 15 guys on one guy just for them to join. Like that's just terrible. Or, they're extorting you. You gonna call your parents or you gonna call whoever you gotta call, and they want $500, and they want it at this time, when they want it, whatever the case may be, or they're gonna kill you. Or if they don't,
Are they really gonna kill you? Are they really gonna do that?
Yes, they will do. I'm trying to tell you, yes, they will.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And that is a screw up on, you know what I'm saying? That's a screw up on the officers that does that. That's one of the reasons why I said I do not do intake. I do not do. It's just too much go on down.
That's sad.
So does the DDs do that as well? Do they extort people as civilians, or you can't really?
You can't really say. That part is something hard to say. Like, see, you're wanting to know about all these different gangs, but like I told you, the rowdiness, the drama, all this stuff is coming from one set, okay? These other ones, they're not. They're about their fucking business, so they not about to be out here, you know what I'm saying, causing all of this drama and scenes to themselves. Like, if they in there pushing any type of work, they don't want the fucking officers to know what they got going on or fucking coming to shake them down. So they're not about to be all out there like that. But that's not how it is with them Bloods, because they are all young. They have no clue of what they're doing or what's going on. So in order to get their money, yes, that's how they have to do it. They got to extort people and stuff like that because they put themselves out there too much that they always being shook down.
How do they act when they get shook down? They
of course they gonna fuck with more people. Shit, they spare shit up. They spare shit up. I mean, these motherfuckers will tell you, like, you know what I'm saying? Get my cell phone back, or like these motherfuckers ain't gonna come and give you your cell phone back. First of all, you got IRT or you got motherfucking cat squad coming in and shaking down. You think these motherfuckers, they ain't listen to a fucking word you say. They come in there and do what the fuck they supposed to do.
Yeah, all you gonna hear is inmate moving. Go ahead and get out of line. Inmate moving. That's all you gonna hear. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy, man.
So the Muslims not moving around work like that. They moving cautiously. They're not doing the stuff that the Bloods is doing.
Of course not, bro.
You don't know how nobody really moving, but you know what I'm saying? that's their business. You see what I'm saying? And officers ain't gonna fuck with them if they not, you know what I'm saying, putting themselves to where as though they need to be watched or anything like that. Nah.
Exactly.
The stuff that they doing is they're doing their count. They supposed to be doing their count or showers, you know, child, shit like that. You know, making sure ain't nobody trying to fight in here. You know, like motherfuckers got they whatever time they want to do. If they going out on the yard, if they want to go to the kiosk, shit like that. That's what officers are supposed to do, not to harass these, you know, Muslims or Shaheds or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's not what they put there to do. But if you're putting yourself out there, they're going to.
So how they setting up the dormitory? They putting every set in their own door, or they putting 30 people together?
No. I mean, you know, most dorms you can put people together. You just can't put Bloods with no one.
So Bloods got their own, literally their own dorm.
Yes, they have that. Well, they don't really have their own dorm. See, like, I'm not saying that they are scared or anything like that, but they ain't going too much fuck with no Mexicans.
Oh, who, the Bloods? The Bloods not going to mess with the Mexicans?
They're not going too much fuck with no Mexicans.
What, that's like something dangerous? What is it about the Mexicans?
What is it about the Mexicans? The thing about the Mexicans, right, is if you ever saw some young blood or young thug in training, right, and then they get a load of a MS-13 or Serrano or something to that effect, a Nieta or whatever, and they're watching all the tattoos all over their face, big 13s, big M's, and then they're chopping people up machete style and all that. They know that's how they play. These dudes is good with what they using. They're actually real good with it. And they gonna go crazy in the dorm.
They got real life sentences, a lot of them.
A lot of them do.
I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that because, you know, that's something you got to go into a system and actually look up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What your crime is, what they're here for, how much time. You don't know that with them coming in the door.
Oh, nah. You wouldn't know that with them coming in the doors, but when they're down the road, once they get placed, you can be able to tell by how certain people move. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to tell.
See, we wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not one of them people that knows how, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't never been on the game, you know what I'm saying, the game squad or none of that. To know all of this about all these different games. I don't know that.
I know you said they got a game. They got officers that work with that but games now.
Exactly.
So like, but they also got something that's affiliated as well. I know a lot of
I don't know about it being affiliated, but you know, like I said, I can't confirm or deny that. I don't know that.
Understandable.
But you know for a fact the Bloods not gonna start a war with the Mexicans. They don't want to do that. They ain't gonna want to do that. They're not gonna try to.
I'm saying it has happened.
This is the thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When I first started talking to him, he asked me what was the worst thing that I've seen in here, and that was the worst thing that I've seen. And yes, it was the blood, you know, fucking with the Mexicans. And, you know what I'm saying, they did some real motherfucking cartel shit on you. On them motherfuckers. Like I wouldn't want to be a parent and have to know that happened to my child. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me. But I can't necessarily say that they would not start with them. It's just that you better know what you getting yourself into, and you better have a good defense when you fuck with them.
Exactly.
Ghost face like that too? Oh no.
Man, stop asking about this ghost face and Crips and stuff like that. We told you these folks don't move like that.
Yeah, they ain't. I got you, I understand. I got you.
Yeah, man. Like you actually like. I'm sad to say, but to know is to be there. You feel what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
To know is to be there, and then you're in it too thick. You gotta know now. You know what I'm saying? Like you. It is what it is because they'll be the
But you
people that's
know, the
living with you.
inmates know more than anyone. The inmates know more than anyone. Believe it or not, a lot of officers get their information from the inmates.
That's right. I'm glad that you said that. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Now I'm gonna ask
So
you
that's what I'm
something.
saying, how they
Hold on, I'm gonna ask her something real quick. And this is a very touchy subject because when I talk about these individuals or make videos about what I've seen, a lot of people get a little I don't know, they get triggered or they feel a certain type way. But have you ever heard of the Gap Gang?
No.
Okay.
Not
They're all in y'all prisons. They're all in y'all prisons right now. They're called the Gap Gang, the GAP, the Gay and Proud Gang, right? And these dudes, they have a war call and everything. They got stuff that they scream out before they start going to war. You know what I'm saying? And like I was gonna ask you, did you ever see like a young dude come into like the diagnostics and like flip and start like wearing tight pants and start doing all that old other stuff?
No.
Okay.
Usually, if you are, you know, a gay individual, then you most times you come in here like that. A lot of them, you know, I see are, you know, they got the titties, they got the ass, that like, you know what I'm saying? Like they got the walk, the talk, and shit like that. So, like, but to see a young man that just looks straight and then just come in here and just flip like that, no.
Okay. So dag, through my time coming through there must be legendary. Because I met one that I was in the county jail with. We're in visitation and everything. He got his wifey, he got his daughter. They're a beautiful family. It took him 3 months. He was down the road 3 months. Then I followed behind and I went to Washington State Prison, my very first camp. And I saw him on a big yard and he walked up to me and I didn't know who this man was. Switching, wearing like the pants with no back pockets and all this stuff and calling my name. And I was like, yo, who? Like eyebrows arched and everything. I was like, yo, I don't know you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling him to push on, keep going. And then he tried to explain like I was the dude from the county. You know what I'm saying? And once I heard how he got handled once he got there, it was terrible, man. It was terrible.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to ask, have you seen anything like that?
I never even heard or, you know, like officers or first staff, you know, actually say like, oh, well, you know, this person got jumped on, like he got gang raped or, I never heard that. And I've been there 13 years. As of this month, I've been there 13 years. And that's just something that I never heard. And as far as them walking in here like that, oh, absolutely, yes. Yes. You got them ones, they gonna toot that ass up, or you got them ones that's gonna wear their pants, where they pockets is in the front and not the back, or some shit like that, where they letting you know they available.
Yeah, that's
You know, it's times we gotta tell you, you know, tell the man, or take them to the bathroom and say to put their fucking clothes back on right.
That's
Like,
crazy.
you
That's
know, like
crazy
the
work.
ones that got the breast, they want them to, you know, have their sweatshirts on. But if you in a fucking dormitory where it's fucking feel like 105 degrees, they ain't about to put on no fucking sweatshirt just to cover up no goddamn titties. Like, we don't cover up our titties in that type of way. I'm saying, like, we're covered, but, you know, we ain't putting on no sweatshirt and nothing like that to cover up our titties. If you got titties, you got titties. They just gonna poke out.
That's crazy work. So why do y'all separate them when they come in?
Huh?
Y'all separate them when they come in?
Yes. Yes, they would never be. It's like, okay, so, you know, we got a dormitory that is pretty much just for sick people that got HIV, people that maybe, you know, have whatever certain type of disabilities, they in wheelchairs, and that dorm is still wheelchairs, you know, accessible and shit like that. So, they pretty much go in there with them.
Yeah.
Where and they ain't about to be harmed or no shit like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, they gonna find a way. If they want to be fucked, they're gonna find a way to be fucked.
Yeah, I can dig it. I'm pretty sure of that. I'm definitely pretty
like,
sure
do a
of
lot
that.
of games, like a lot of people that do a lot of stuff go down in them dorms.
What you mean?
Like, do they be going at it with each other in them handicapped dorms?
Nah.
So do y'all use that for PCing as well?
For what?
Do y'all use that for protected custody as well?
Hell no, you can't use that for no protected custody. If
Oh,
that's the case, they will get dealt with.
Yeah, exactly. Like they
Man.
gotta house protective custody just like how it sounds. Protective custody, like you're being protected. You're behind the wall. You behind the door. You know what I'm saying? You signed up to be behind the door and never be around general pop.
Yeah.
So do that happen after somebody gets tagged?
No. No. You know, I mean, protected custody is more a high risk person. Like I said, I done been there long enough that I done seen the CCTV come through. I done seen Gucci Mane come through. I done seen Gucci come through. You know, just different rappers and stuff like that. They're automatically going in protected custody. They would never put these folks in general pop at diagnostics. Now I can't tell you when they go down the road where they going.
Yeah, so diagnostic got room. I didn't know that. So if a rapper come there, they gonna put them in protected custody.
Yeah, come on, man. You gotta think about it. These folks are high ranked.
Now, what rappers you saw come through again?
Gucci Mane. I don't know if Young Thug's brother is actually a rapper or not, but you know he was there not too long
Yeah, but
ago.
he's a noticeable person, a reputable person. So yeah.
He what?
I say he's a reputable person in that area. So yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
I can definitely understand that.
You know, like shit like that. You know, they're going to have nobody but search and escort them and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
So when they get transported, do they get transported on a bus or in the van?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. Now,
Yo,
that being said, 9 times out of 10, they're probably, you know, by themselves. I don't know if they are with a group of people or not.
Yeah, I would think for safety reasons, even bringing them, transporting them, they'll probably be in a smaller thing. They not gonna be on that Bluebird with us.
Right. And that's why I'm saying, like, if they automatically come in here, you know, like that, then They're not. It's not to where as though they won't be seen because it's not like okay they have completely shut prison down when these guys come in or anything like that. But one thing they will do is tell you face the wall. But who the fuck not gonna look?
Popcorn.
Shit, every time they bring the G house through the death row, you gotta face the fucking wall. Like, I mean, but who's not going to look?
I know people that's on death row be nervous, man. And when it's their time, it's their time, man.
Someone be ready.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was about to say that.
Yeah, so you gotta kill them. I thought they stopped doing death row in Texas and Georgia, man. I thought they stopped that shit.
Who the hell told you that?
I maybe must stop wrong. Stop stuttering that shit. They don't do death row in Jersey?
No.
No, I don't know of a death row in Jersey.
I've never heard of death row in Jersey, ever.
Yeah, I don't.
Or New York.
In
I
New
don't know
York.
about this thing.
I don't know.
I ain't like, inquire about those death row and these type of things.
Yo, they're only in certain states the ones that push for it. These states got to push for it, and then they got to vote for it, and then it got to go through council, and then it takes time. But the people that's established with death row, they already been established years and years ago, and there are only certain states that deal with that.
So Jersey not gonna let them do death row. They prison system is different.
That's something that the governor probably never wanted. I mean, it's all up to, like he said, they can put out that recommendation, but then it's steps that they gotta go through. They gotta go through voting, and it may be something that, that state people that's on those type of committees and shit like that don't want.
Yeah, definitely.
Totally different in Jersey. You can't compare Jersey to Georgia.
Hell no. Ain't no type of comparison. Yeah, of course.
What like that? Like I'm saying, is the inmates different? Like they move different, or it's just the
Let me
whole
tell you
atmosphere?
something. I mean, I've been here 18 years. I've been here, living here 18 years. So I can't really tell you the differences or similarities, but I can almost imagine that they're nothing alike. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you got people, like, down here, these folks still working out, coming home big and buff and shit like that. They don't do that shit down here.
Oh, they not doing that down here in Georgia?
Nah.
You said they coming in looking like good boys.
Yes, first of all, they took all that weight shit out of the prison, the prisons down here. And for whatever reason, could be, people using them as weapons.
Yeah.
So niggas don't believe in working out in GDC. Niggas don't work out in the prison. They get
Nah.
fuck with them.
Nah, only the officers work out in prison.
Yeah, but you saying in Jersey, them niggas coming, they coming out looking different, like a clone.
Whoa.
Yeah, you know that's a thing. That's a up north thing. Like if you ain't going there and get your weight up, like what was you doing? Like people gonna question that.
Them niggas ain't going in, and them niggas ain't going on. Going on hunger strikes like a motherfucker. They ain't going on hunger strikes up there.
Nah, not at all.
You said them niggas like, what, you come home and you ain't get your weight up, they gonna kick you, like.
Yeah, for real.
Hey,
That's like, that's a thing. We all know that's a thing. Like definitely.
like everybody I know got their weight up back home, and I went to upstate. You can call it the 10 gang up there, they call it upstate.
Yeah, that's a natural
That's
fact.
why I'm like that. That's why I'm like, damn, they really, when you doing your time, it's totally different doing it up there and doing it down south.
Yeah,
I would
man.
imagine.
They have
But I
different
feel like
things
they
set in
hard.
place. You gotta know where you at. Like when I came to Georgia and did my crime, I didn't know where I was at, bro, until I got down there and they laid the boo game down on me so heavy, telling me that I'm gonna work or I'm going to the hole. I bucked on that. They put me in the hole for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? I come out on population. They calling me boy. They talking all in my face. Like it was just so much going on. And then when I get around the other inmates, some of these dudes are so institutionalized and talking all crazy like they the officer. Like it was a lot of things that was going on that I just couldn't connect with at all. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in there, I ain't gonna front. I was in there doing push-ups. I was getting my weight up. I was even taking yeast. You know what I'm saying? Buying yeast out of the kitchen so I can blow up. I just wanted to be bigger, so just in case something happened with me. You know what I'm saying? And me from being from up north, doing time down south, I had to get into a lot of situations, man, because they used to play in our face. You know what I'm saying? And it just wasn't working for me, man. But you got to know, you come into a system that's not going to pay you a dime for doing no detail, and they're going to definitely put you on the OMS schedule. You going to have a detail, but they're not going to give you a dime for it. You know what I'm saying? Where other places is really dealing with trying to rehabilitate you and give you a little bit of money so you can maintain and don't want to take from nobody and stuff like that. And you're working for it and you're doing classes and everything. But to get into a class in Georgia, I had to pay. I didn't get in there legally. I went to college in Georgia by paying somebody through a gate. You know what I'm saying? And then I went through and got documentations saying that I went to high school and college. You know what I mean? If it was for them, I wouldn't have touched none of that, bro.
See, it would have been free back home.
It's different programs in different prisons. Like it's some prisons that you can go to and they so laid back. Once you get to the prison, it's laid back. Everybody's laid back because they're doing their time. In Georgia, it's a different breed of individuals, a different way of life, and it is diabolical, bro. I'm trying to tell you. A lot of the stuff don't make no sense when it pops off.
I'm at this hospital now, y'all. I'm about to go in so I can see my bed.
All right, you about to sign off?
Yeah.
All right,
I
you.
talked to y'all the whole way from Jackson to the damn hospital.
Oh my goodness. All right, you take it easy and thank you for your time. And one day I want to kick it with you again if it's possible. If it's possible, like after you're done with the GDC, or if you can come onto my platform and cover your face or do something, like I would like to actually have a true interview with you.
Okay, just
Think about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him your number, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, when you're ready, just think about it and then we'll go with it.
Okay.
All right, yo,
Okay, I'll give you a call later.
CJ, don't hang up yet. I'm saying.
I'm about to talk to you now. I'm about to talk to you.
Oh, okay. You clicked her off. Hold on, he gonna be calling back in. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold up. I'm trying to get him. I hope I can get him back on here. My phone is locking up. It ain't, hold up. I hope you stay on the line. Stay on the line. Hold on, y'all. Let's see if we can get him back on. Hold up. Hold up. I'm trying to get the brother on. Why is the phone still ringing? Dang, this is terrible. Hold on, y'all. Alright, I'm about to try to call him now. Yeah, I don't know what was just taking place, man. My phone started locking up, and all my phones started ringing all at once.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do.
I got 2 more girls that I'm going to add on to your platform, man. I got a total of 3 females that work in CDC. I know you like, damn, nephew, you doing some shit out there, man. I'm for real, man. This platform finna go bigger than what you think. Fuck Bill Feasy. Fuck all them other blood niggas that's doing their little shit. I got the bitches that's gonna give us the real deal because they working inside this shit and all of them leaving. I got a girl that working, I think Lee State Prison. She worked at one of the females prisons. And then I got another one that worked down at Telfair. And the one you just talked to, she got more rank than all of them. You was just talking to a lieutenant. That's the lieutenant that you was just talking to. She's been working with Georgia State Department of Corrections for over 13, 14 years. And she's from back home. So
Yeah.
I know she is definitely, I'm going to send you her number. She is definitely going to collide with you, man.
Yeah, that will be well needed and well respected, man.
And I told you I got you on, man. Hey, listen, man. I fuck with real solid people, man. I know them personally. I done fucked 2 of the CEOs for a fact. 2 of them buy weed from me. At least 2 of the CEOs buy weed from me. The girl that worked down at Lee State and the one that worked at Telfair.
Okay. Yo, can you log in? Can you log into YouTube? Or are you already on?
I had to do it when I get to the crib. I had to do it when I get to the house. I'm logged in on my phone on YouTube.
I'm saying, like, cause I'm live on YouTube right now talking to you.
Okay, I gotta go on there. I see it now. It say 23 hours ago. Welcome to Vardancy. That's another one. Which one?
I got
this shit all on my goddamn phone.
Just go to Big Miz from the zoo. Go to that joint and then see where it probably say I'm live right now if you go on the page.
I'm about to go on there. What you think about that with old girl though? I'm about to go on there now.
Yo, she has a extensive amount of information and can bring forth a lot of awareness.
She got more than that. She got more than that. And that's not the only person. I got 3 more. That's why I was trying to tell you, I'm plugged in, man. Like, them other folks, man, they not doing that kind of shit. Them niggas telling their own side. I got people actually that work inside that can pull names for you. That can pull names and get you real information. Like, legit, like, quick. You heard her say she just left Jackson.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
been at work in 3 days. Like, she sees everybody that's coming in. She see them.
Yeah, she said she saw Lucci, the rapper Lucci, come through.
Yeah,
she
she's
saw
not lying about that. She's not lying. And everything that she told you, she done already told me and showed me. She can get footage, everything. And the little bitch I know that work at, she's like a rover officer. She's at Telfair for the rest of this month, and then she comes and work at all the level 5s. So I'll be getting information from Macon. She hasn't been a Hayes with us again. She said she's been a weird Waycross and man, she can give you a lot of information.
You know what would be beautiful out? If I can do some interviews with her and get things cooking up, but if she can ever do a drop for me and like be near the prison or about to go into the prison where you can see it and she would like thank you Big Miz from the zoo or bringing forth this awareness of the dangers in the prison, that will be dynamite. I will put that on the back of every video, yo. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm trying to find I'm trying to find which one. You got like I got like three different channels for you, and they all come to my phone. Which one is it?
Is Big Miz FTZ.
Okay. Okay, I see it now. I see it now. This
All
was
right.
the phone call. I see it now.
Yup,
I
yup.
see it. Yeah. Hey man. Hey, she giving you some good information for real.
Yeah, yo, I appreciated that so much, man, because
I told you I got you. You thought I was bullshitting. Hey, I'm serious, man. When she told me, she said, look, DJ, I'm going to be honest, them Muslims in here getting money. Like she told me, she said, but it's not that many young. It's not everybody, all the Muslims, and she fuck with Muslims. Like heavy. And you got from the same hood. She told me straight up, she's like, majority of the Muslims that's coming in there is like 28 and up.
okay, makes sense. It makes sense, even though it don't make no sense that they coming through, but it makes sense that they're older. You know what I'm saying, and not young boys making that decision.
I wanna recruit younger brothers, man, but they not coming in like that. They coming in ready to join blood and stabbing nigga up and saying that they get 5 years and they did. They realize they got 45 more to go.
Yeah, matter of fact, once
I told you.
I
I'm
can,
listening to it.
I'm gonna drop a video about an individual that was a affiliate gang member that was watching us praying and being so together and walking together, and I'm gonna let y'all know how he looked at us, you know what I'm saying, when we would go to Juma Wall and have our kufis on and all that, and would attracted him to us, and then what happened to him after that once he fell off. Hold on, let me get my charger. Hold on. Yeah.
Nah, man, like, I think you gonna like Sierra too, man. K is gonna be your go-to when you need to pull information immediately, because he got higher ranking and she's at the diagnostic. So if it's anybody that false claiming or saying that they've been, on FHC or whatever they call that shit, man, she'll be able to tell you, because she worked in that shit every day. You know what I'm saying? But I know for a fact Sierra called me this week and was saying, I gotta come up with some character names. I don't want to be getting these people in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta make sure you hide their identity by all calls. Got to.
Okay, so I'ma just say tell fair, man. Tell fair that I got some information that it is a major war that is going on between them two. So I'm just trying to, see exactly, a solution to the situation, man. It's getting outrageous, man. She said them folks they really stabbing folks up on a regular basis, man.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And I want to know, where this war originally started from between the Muslims and the Bloods. Like, why did it even get so outrageous, man?
And to be for real, I hope that it wasn't some nonsense that started them to beefing, or it wasn't just one person that brought everybody into that turmoil where they got to start strapping up and then standing off on a big floor and then going at it and stuff like that, and then people start losing their life. Once they start losing their life, the situation goes way higher. Now everybody's on the I don't care time. Let's get it time. You know what I'm saying? So once it gets there to that boiling point, nobody is trying to hear nothing from the other side. They're not trying to hear nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what can you say to me type of action now. That's what they be on.
She can even, man, I wish you was down here. She can even get it to where you able to come inside Jackson and do interviews with certain motherfuckers, because that's what everybody been doing. There's this guy that got a channel too that I think I told you about, but he be fucking with them other cats that I told you we ain't gonna really deal with like that, man. He go out to Macon and all them other little cats and do interviews with them guys, man. They'd pay you though. They'd probably pay your ass to come down. If they paid you, would you come down here?
Yes, I would definitely come down there. You know what I'm saying? Or if the thing is, if they were 100% sure
Like,
to let me in there to do my thing and all that, I will come.
would you? Let me ask you this though, and this is a serious question. Would you only deal with our brothers, or would you deal with a variety of people? Because I'm gonna be real. Before you answer that, let me say something. Fucking Jackson already done told me that she really don't even have conversation with them bloods like that because they so disrespectful and outrageous. So she, that's why I'm asking you a real question. Would you only deal with your brothers, or would you deal with a little bit of everybody to see what?
Honestly, if I wanted to do my very first interview with somebody there, it would probably come to the point where I want to see how the brothers are doing, how they feeling, what does it take for me to get the package that I brought with me to them. You know what I'm saying? Because I would probably bring a box of kufis to that prison for the ones that don't have it, some that want to change out, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. And now I would go through it with them and tell me what he's seeing through his eyes, how he's feeling. You know what I'm saying? What is his next move? Like, I would want to know stuff like that. But if I can ever come to a point where I can talk to both sides to come to an agreement, oh, boy. I don't care if the dude was in the next room and I had to send the questions through a piece of paper. I would be for it.
Hey, she told me she knew them clowns. Hey, that's why I said I gotta talk to you, man. That's why she said she's gonna call us back when she leave the hospital. It's an interview I want you to look at, man. But it's a group of guys, man. They just move a little different, man. But they still down at GDC though, man. They still down at GDC. And they've been kind of like their head wrinkles. I meant to ask her this. I meant to say, like, when you say that these people getting extorted, is they getting extorted because they getting sent on dummy missions to where they can pay for these dummy missions, or it's just to get it fit in with the group?
Yo, to be for real, it can.
I don't never hear stories about no Chris getting sent on dummy missions. I don't never hear no story about a Muslim getting sent on a dummy mission. And she told you that. She said that when you had situations about the Muslims and the Bloods, it's not because of the Muslims did anything, it's because of the Bloods that tried to spot a preacher. And it's trying to family with them. Like, who's behind that shit that's going on those dummy missions? Who's in charge of that?
Honestly, I blame it all on the OGs, man. Whoever's running whatever buildings or whatever like that, who got the most stain, those are the ones that's doing the shot calling. Those are the only ones that's gonna do the shot calling. And usually
so if they watching the dorm, or they watching the dorm, and they just see, and they just like sending people, random guys they got in training on it.
yeah, cause you know the bottom level people that come in after they bring them home, you know what I'm saying? What they call them, bringing them home, and they're on a lower level. They're just soldiers, you know what I'm saying? And they got to get stained. They got to get some type of ranking. So whoever's in charge is sending or setting these situations up to send them on these missions, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's these, when shit gets serious and hit the fan to where you got CERT coming in there and Tech Squad coming in, who's responsible for people shit getting coming up missing?
Who's responsible for the stuff that comes up missing?
Yeah, such as the phones getting confiscated.
They can't blame it on nobody. They wish they could. Like, if they can blame it on somebody every time the technical squad come running down and taking stuff, if they can just blame it on somebody and be like, yo, it was y'all, and we gonna do this, or we gonna charge y'all, or we gonna unalive one of y'all, like, they would do that. But they know these people come randomly, unexpected. The technical squad comes in the middle of the night, in the wee hours. and they come marching up in that joint, re-rock this house, who rock this house, and they moving so militant. They take over all the space when they get in there. They set off these little gadgets that if you got your phone connected, your battery connected to the phone, your phone is going to automatically go off and start ringing. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know that, you're a fool. And they'll grab you up that way.
Even if you turn the phone off?
Even if you turn the phone off, if your battery is connected to the phone, it will turn the phone back on and it will ring.
Damn, I ain't never know that. So that's what I'm saying. So how do people hide it then?
I'm saying they have their ways. Like, that's probably, like, if I even knew, I wouldn't display it on here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but it's ways to get stuff through. Like, some people have got past these searches and stuff like that and still had their phones. But also people get knocked off too. You be clumsy, you'll get your phone knocked off. Huh?
So if you got like if you got a $500,000 or at least $100,000 sitting on the phone and they get confiscated, what you supposed to do?
What, you got that money on that phone?
Yeah.
It's not solely connected to your phone. You just have an app or something on that phone that the bank whatever account is on that app. Like, you can get another phone.
Do they have a way of getting inside them phones?
They can play around with it or whatever. I think they're learning more ways to crack the code, you know what I'm saying, to go ahead and do stuff with these phones. Because you remember, they can jailbreak anything. You remember that term?
Right.
Yeah, they jailbreak iPhones on a daily basis. So if they retrieve it, they'll probably start looking for intel and stuff like that. That's why I try to watch out for having certain type of conversations with people that's incarcerated on a cell phone, or even talking about anything dealing with money. I mean, because they can automatically try to turn that into a type of RICO type of act. You know what I'm saying? So you got to watch out for that. And they can railroad you by even talking to them on these illegal phones.
So if their phone got caught, if their phone got took and they seen your number in their phone, can you get in trouble?
Probably not. Probably not, but they're looking for a way to do that.
Like but I'm saying they don't even got enough guard. They don't even got enough staff for that, man. Like, I gotta let you talk to the girl. I gotta let you talk to Shorty at Welfare, man. I feel like I don't know how much information you already got on Welfare, but she can give you a lot, man, and that'll help you out for real, man. Like, there's a lot that's going on at Welfare, and there's a lot that's going on at Waycross.
Yeah.
That's why I said Waycross must be real fucked up. Like, that shit must be like, cause all the prisons don't look the same. Some of them prisons look like they got, like, it looks small. Like, it look like you got steps in the corner. It don't look that big, and some of them look big as hell. Some of them look like it's a big ass open dormitory.
So some of the building structures are better than others, and a lot of them, like, some of them are inside, like it's all one building and you're going inside the building, just like Jackson. But like in Ware State, it's like a landfill. It's like a big circle that they put like warehouses around the big yard, and you go and live in these warehouses. That's where they house you at, because that's where they got the cell blocks at. They're similar. They're similar. They're similar.
I'm talking about even on the way to the facility, like, do the areas look similar?
Yo, we're always riding on a back road. These back roads all look the same. It's just a country back road, a one-lane back road that they're taking at all times, so they don't have to deal with pedestrians and the traffic and stuff like that. They take these back roads in Georgia.
Oh, so they don't put you on the highway. You don't get to see a whole bunch of cars.
You rarely do. And then if you do see them, it's on that back road. You'll see one car go past, then you'll see one more shoot past. It ain't just gonna be a line of cars and we just looking on to them. You know what I'm saying? That's some county jail action, where the county jail buses go.
Yeah. bluebirds, man. I don't never see them shit no more. They must only come out at certain times of the day.
Yeah. They the time that they transporting inmates is like a safety time that they're going through these areas. Yeah, that's a fact. That's how they got it designed, man.
So like it be you can tell when
Yeah, when approaching the diagnostics,
bus.
when you first get into Jackson, daylight is just breaking, and you're pulling up in a big parking lot with a whole bunch of other inmates inside the bluebirds, the other bluebirds. You just pulling up, and you see people coming up out of vans from TCs going to another one, or people going from a medium to a maximum, or a medium to a minimum, a medium to a close. Like, it's all that going on. A whole bunch of transferring everywhere. That's how Jackson is worked inside their parking lot. Every Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah, every Tuesday and Thursday. You be jumping. That's a natural fact,
like,
man.
It's like now, what's your opinion about after getting all that advice, man? Like this the status now that you don't got confirmation that what you seeing and hearing is real. How do you feel about all that, man?
Due to the fact that I do get different type of dudes that be hitting me up now from the chain gang and be trying to tell me stuff, but they real standoffish and like, yo, I don't want to tell him everything. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what his life like first. You know what I'm saying? All that. Like, I don't got time for that. So just listening to her and how she was freely giving information that was stern information, and I can tell it was legit. Like, I respect how she moves too. She said that she'll help people out if she know they got good charges and they get around a whole bunch of savages. So
yeah, she dead serious, man. She said them bloods be extorting people, man. Like, I feel like if they had bloods and Muslims in the same dorm, man, there's gonna be a lot of unaliving going on, man. There's gonna be a lot because people that made bloods popular, man, but people also say that Muslims is highly respected. So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. She said them bloods don't make sense. All they do is they fuck on each other and beat up on each other. I believe they do be fucking on each other though.
yo, it's probably some, what would they call them? Some blades or some flames. Like,
Yeah, flames. That's they shit. Flames.
yeah.
What's them flames for? What that mean?
Huh?
What them flames mean?
Yo, I heard a flame was a blood on fire, like a little nasty, sneaky type of dude. You know what I'm saying?
What that mean?
Like he played for both sides of the fence. This is what I understand that to mean.
So you don't think young guys will ever come in the prison system and join Islamic, or they gonna instantly keep going to blood?
I don't know. That's the choice that they will have to make, and that's a big decision on how you're going to live your life while incarcerated. If they choose to come through the diagnostics and say, you know what, I'm a blood, or I'm a crip, you know what I'm saying, or I'm a G. Like, if they coming through like that, that's the life that you're going to live, and that's the laws that you're going to abide by. But if you're coming in and saying, yo, I want to deal with my faith and try to get right with God and be a little bit more militant on how I live and not live my life like just playing games and stuff like that, and you want to deal with the Muslims, deal with them. But don't play.
Right.
I don't think playing is going to be you either way it goes.
Right, exactly. That's a fact.
Yeah, either way it goes, man. It can get very ugly, or you can bring fitna and problems to the Umar and have them going to war on your behalf. And if people lose their life,
So that's what I was about to ask you. Like, how long does it be before a Muslim get back? Like, when it comes to stuff like that. Like, remember your situation at Valdosta?
Yeah.
I had to go door to door. That
Yeah.
was the first day of you getting there and that situation going on. So how soon are they willing to go to war when a situation like that come up and they just got somebody that came inside their facility?
Yo, to be for real, when people come into the dorm regularly, if they come into the dorm and they say that they're that, like they come in and say, yo, I'm Muslim, this, that, and the third, I've been in the deen for this long, this is some type things that I know, these the camps that I've been to or whatever, or I'm just getting in here, then people just start gravitating to the brother, seeing how he doing from time to time. But if you gonna meet me, you gonna meet me at Fajr, Dor, you know what I'm saying, Asa, Maghrib, and Isha. I'm gonna see you 5 times a day, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you're not meeting me there or beating me there, like, I don't know. I don't know.
That makes sense. So, like, it's just so. How would the Muslims feel if they had some brothers that was hanging out more with their oppositions than they regular people, than they own brothers?
They talk. They got, everybody is using the best thing that you have once you get into prison. The best thing that you have once you get into prison is your senses. And you got to start using them. Your eyes will tell you stuff. It'll break things down for you. You don't even have to hear it sometimes. You can look and you can break things down to exactly what's going on, and that's your proof. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you can't see. You're in a position where you're behind the door, you can't see, but you can hear that brother calling for help, or you can hear this graping going on, or this unaliving going on next door. So you got to use your senses and let them lead the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, even certain scents and stuff like that, it's certain things that you just got to tap into to even get through, you know what I'm saying, and be sane before you leave. You know what I'm saying? Because you can let all that stuff go to your head and you can be shot out by the time you leave there, man.
So do you agree with her when she say people should tell her when the stories are messed up too? I got the same exact story, and she works there.
Hold up, somebody just said my cellie was the imam at Phillips State Prison for 4 years. Good brother. No doubt. No doubt. Do you know his name? Thank you for coming into the live too. What was good? Was good. He said his cellie was the imam at Phillips. You heard me out?
Yeah, I heard you say his celly was the E-man that that's the only one that's out here going towards Atlanta. I gotta get her back on the phone so she can ask some more questions, man. I was trying to get Lil Man together when I was having the interview.
He said Kenneth Riley.
I definitely got some more people, man.
Hold up, he said he just got home after like 30 years. Hold up. What camp have you been to, bro? What camps have you been to? I want to see what this brother say. After 30 years, that's, oh boy, yo. That's a lot of situations that he done saw and been through.
Years?
Yeah.
That's a long ass time.
That's a natural fact. He said he just got home after like 30 years. I would like to interview the brother Phillips, Frank Scott, Rivers, Hayes, Augusta. Okay. And a few more. All right. I know he saw some stuff at Hayes. And Frank Scott and Rivers too. They be trying to get money and scamming and doing all that stuff there too. Like, yo, what he put? 1994 to 2003. 1994 to 2003.
That's before I was born. That's before I was born.
Yeah,
I was born in 99.
And you was born in 99. Okay. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. My son was born in 97. Yo, that's
97,
that is crazy work right there. He putting his EF number on there and everything. Come on, man. Mine was 11-06234. 11-06234. I got a throwback number too. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you funny as hell, man. hey, man. I really want to I need to get in contact with the warden.
Boy, they gonna be real standoffish. They gonna be real standoffish. A warden, definitely. He ain't gonna want.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. The lady, she's plugged in, man. She's plugged in. I can get in contact with some people. I'm telling you, I can get in contact with some people. It's some stuff going on right now that we probably ain't even got information on yet. Like I said, welfare bit. What they doing is staying quiet now about what's going on, because they tired of families calling up there, lawsuits. They trying to crack people down on it.
Matthew Will, look, if you can, dang, I'm trying to think. I have a business line number. If you would like to try to do an interview or something like that, Clayton County to Jackson, no doubt. I came out of Fulton County, you know what I'm saying? And I went from Gwinnett County too, down the road too. But if you would like to do an interview, I'll give you my business line number and we can converse, you know what I'm saying? Conversate a little bit to see exactly where we can go with this interview. Yo, what's that, what's my cell phone number?
I'm about to tell you right now. One second, I'm about to tell you right now.
All right.
It's 856 250
3094. So 250-3094 and area code 856. Contact me.
Area code.
Yeah, text me. Let me know who you are. You know what I'm saying? And we'll take it from there, bro. But make sure you text me and let me know who you are. Don't just pop up with the call, because I'm not gonna answer. So
right.
Definitely text me and let me know who you are. Alright, yo, I'm about to do this video, Key. You know what I'm saying? Yo, soon as you probably get back in contact with Shorty after you finish kicking it with her or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Tap back in with me and see if we can try to do something further or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm about to I gotta do this pre-recorded video in a minute.
Okay. You gonna hit me back?
Yeah, I got you.
Alright, hey, call me back.
I got.
Hey, man, one.
Alright, peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Alright, y'all. Yo, thank y'all for coming through and kicking it. We was actually on an exclusive call with the young brother Shaheed, aka CJ, and also a lady that worked in the Georgia Department of Corrections right now. I'm not gonna tell you who she is and nothing like that. We're not doing that. But y'all heard it. Y'all know what time it is. This is how I keep it. I try to bring forth the awareness of the dangers inside these prisons. And I got y'all every trip. Everything is authentic. Everything is real. Y'all see what's going on. This is your boy Big Miz from the zoo. If y'all haven't already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead, subscribe to the channel and check out my latest video. Go check out my video that says they didn't send me to jail, they sent me to hell, the documentary, man. So you can see all these vicious attacks coming out of the chain gang. I put that there, and I got a strike on my channel just to show y'all what was going on. So please, y'all go check it out. Y'all hit the like button to kick a comment. This your boy Big Miz from the zoo. I'm gone.